A lot of people that are starting out with the wheel strategy have the same exact question. What delta should I pick? Should I be going more conservative or should I be going more aggressive? And in today's video, we're going to be comparing them and how to make the best decision that makes the most sense for you. And if you drop a comment down below, you're going to get my full RSI playbook completely for free. This is one of my favorite indicators to use for the wheel strategy. Just drop a comment down below and it's yours. And while you're down, hit that like button and subscribe button. And of course, I hope you're having an absolutely God blessed day, guys. But today, we're talking about all things delta. Delta is one of the most commonly used Greeks when you're as an option seller, basically telling you the probability of assignment, okay? Now, for example, right, if I just take a random example here, and we'll just use Altria here as our example, we could see on this specific contract, we have a 30 delta, right? And we are collecting just about a 1% return in a 35 days to expiration. Not really great if you ask me, but the point is there's about a 30% chance that I will have to buy, right, my 100 shares of Altria at expiration on March 6th with this specific contract. Or the way I like to look at it, 70% chance that this is going to expire worthless and I don't have to end up buying the shares and I simply walk away with this $66 of premium that I collected. Now, if you don't know what that is basically the premium, the $66 that I'm collecting up front divided by the collateral that it is required, right, to make that full trade. Now, I have calculators that calculate this all for you automatically. If you want those, attend the Ark Options Strategy workshop. You'll get all of my calculators completely for free, plus you'll get my full trade lock template. That link will be down below in the description of today's video. But how do we know what delta to pick? And this conversation actually came up in our community yesterday because somebody was talking about, having really good, a really good cost basis on shares and what is the ideal delta range to kind of go at if I kind of want to sell them, but I kind of don't want to sell them. And that's what we're really talking about in today's video because there is a huge difference on your return on collateral on some of these positions, right? And there's a lot of factors that go into play, and of course, volatility being one of the biggest. For example, right here, if we're looking, at GIS, CHD, MO, and CPB, right? We're looking at those tickers right there, and we could see, look at the difference in premium, right? With Campbell's, we're getting nearly 5% return on our collateral versus, on the Altria, that one that we just showed, we're getting only just over a 1% return in basically around the same exact time period, a little bit longer even on the Altria one, 35 days to expiration on that one, 30 days to expiration on the Campbell's one, and collecting 5% return. Now, why is that? Well, there's so many factors that go into this. How oversold is it? How overbought is the setup? What's the news? What's the volatility looking like? What's the IV, right? All of those things matter when you're looking at these positions, okay? So with that said, how do I decide it? Well, number one, I do look at my cost basis typically, right? I look at my cost basis for a stock. So let's just use also like an American Airlines as an example here. So let's just type in AAL here in Ark Picks and take a look at a potential setup idea. Right here, we could see we could do a cash secured put that is expiring around 35 days from now, and we're collecting about a 3% return on our collateral, right? We're collecting about $35, dividing it by 12.50. Okay. Now, if we go over to our actual Robinhood account, let's just go to Trade AAL Options. We'll sell a put. And we'll go out to that roughly that same expiration date that we said, March 6th here. And right from here, this is when you're doing your cash secured put, I like to look at my cost base. So if my cost basis, let's say on average with American Airlines is like $15, I will be more aggressive with my delta selection. I may look at the 13s. I may open up these 13s, and yes, this is a 35 delta now. It's more aggressive, but I'm willing to take that position because it's going to further my cost basis down. Now, obviously, you have to have your conviction. Always make sure to look at your bid-ask spread. That's what's really nice about Ark Picks is everything gets flagged. If it has a very high bid-ask spread on your dashboard, you will see if there's a check liquidity. That's make sure, and it's just a flag. It's not to say it's a bad trade, but to check your liquidity, because look at this spread here between $39 of premium, $59 of premium. You usually want to shoot right towards the middle and not give up that extra premium that you could actually be collecting. But with that said, I look at my own cost basis, right? And if I still believe in the fundamentals of the company, fundamentally it hasn't changed too much, I will gladly get into that position, right? I will be a little bit more aggressive aggressive on that. I do this very often with like SoFi right now, right? Now, SoFi is a kind of a unique character because it is super volatile, and I don't actually end up getting assigned often on SoFi, even when I'm trying to. But with that said, on the flip side, what I like to do with my covered calls is I really pay attention here, even more so to my cost basis, because if you have to realize when you sell a call, you 100% have to understand that you're potentially selling your shares. Like, that's just a reality. That is what you have to understand, and that is the biggest risk of the covered call. Like, so for example, if I go the one of the stocks in question that one of our people in OSS has a really great cost basis on Google, right? Now, if you're going to be selling calls on Google, if I had a really good cost basis on Google, I wouldn't be doing weeklies. And the reason for that is this, right? Let's say I go out 7 days from today, right? And I'm starting to look at some of these calls that I want to sell for next week. Now, sell call right here. Sell, I was on the put. Right here is where I'm going to go. If I'm dead set on like doing weeklies, I'm going super far out. I'm looking at literally this purely income play, nothing else. I don't care about, honestly, even my return on collateral that much. I simply care, am I putting my shares to work and making some extra money from those shares instead of them just sitting there hoping for appreciation, right? Think about it. If you own a rental property, are you just sitting on the potential for appreciation? No, you're having your asset actually work for you, and that is what a covered call allows you to do, right? So like in this example, right, Google's currently trading at $334. If I had like $100 cost basis with Google, I believe everybody has a price. Just to make it for simplicity here, I'll do like 385s. I will go so freaking far out that I'm hoping I don't get assigned, but still I could get assigned, right? I still have to understand that I could get assigned. I could have my shares sold, but I believe everybody has a price. So right here we could see it's a 0.06 delta. So just about a 6% chance that I will end up having to potentially sell my shares. Now we're collecting, right? Not very much, right? We're only collecting what, $85 of premium on this trade, right? And like if we go to our covered call calculator, we'll put that in. Let me zoom in here. Real quick. So what we're collecting, $85 of premium, right? Let's say the strike of the option, what did we say? We said it is $385. And again, you can get all these calculators at the end of the Ark Options workshop down below, and 90 minutes of completely free training on the Ark Options strategy. The purchase strike price, let's just say your cost base is literally $100. Right? Of course, your premium return is decent. It's about 1% in a week because you're taking your premium and dividing it by, let's say, $10,000 for your 100 shares of Google, right? So that's your asset. That's how much you're making. So this is the number I would be looking at. This is the number. I wouldn't be looking at as just appreciation only. Now, of course, the appreciation profit would be substantial. You would have a almost 300% return if you ended up selling your shares for $28,000, right? Obviously, that's the difference between selling, if you sell them at 385, 100 shares at $385. But with that said, I'm looking at premium. I'm looking at 0.85. That's still pretty aggressive to me. Remember, my return on collateral is my ultimate number, right? That is my ultimate number. Return on collateral is my risk gauge, not always delta, right? Because the delta doesn't matter whether you're doing, a 10 delta or a 30, because all of our situations is different. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to figure this out for yourself, nobody else, right? Like, so for here, if I go up here and I'm getting almost a 1% return a week on my asset, I'm like, dude, that's pretty damn aggressive. I'm sorry. It is aggressive. It's very aggressive to get that much collateral in a week. That's 4% almost a month. That is. So I'm going to keep going. Let's see. Let's say I really 395s. Let's see, need 395s. What is the delta on this thing? 0.04. 40, what are we collecting? Let's say $46 of premium. Okay, $46 of premium. Let's go back to the calculator. And this is what I do, guys. Like, literally, this is what I do. $46 of premium, 0.5%. I would personally, if I owned 100 shares of Google at $100 a share and I want to go put those shares to work and I wanted to do a weekly, this is a trade I would personally to pull off because I'm getting a 0.5% return in a week. That, to me, is absolutely fantastic. Okay? So, next thing. Typically, I like to do most of the time monthlies, right? So monthlies is kind of where I like to be more, just for lifestyle purposes. I do my weeklies on SoFi, and I'm very happy camper there. But, right, if I go down to, let's say, my 35-day expiration here, All right, I'll usually go around 30, closest to 30 days or just about. This is where I want to see what can I get here, right? So I will literally take this premium calculator. I will copy, I will paste it right here, and then I'm going to compare. This is my weekly, right? And then I'm going to go look at my monthly. Your monthlies typically will be lower, right? That's just the way it is. You are taking on a little bit more risk going weekly, right? So let's go take a look at the 395s even on the monthly, right? So we're hit actually perfectly just about a 10 delta right here, 11 delta. So 90% chance that you won't have to sell your shares. And look, we are collecting a substantial more premium here. Fairly wide bid-ask spread here. Let's just assume we would collect around 200. Let's just say around like 210. We'll say we'll collect about 210 on this one. So 210 we're collecting, right? Which gives us our 2% return in a month. That's usually where I try to be, as not always, obviously, but that's usually where I try to be at, around 2% a month, right? So when you compare that to this, basically around the same kind of, basically around the same kind of return that you're going to be getting, except in this position. And actually, I forgot to raise this to 395. Apologies. Let me put 395 for our appreciation here. 395, right? You're basically getting about the same return. So for me, this is why oftentimes I will, for the most part, stick with a monthly situation. If I'm getting about the same, I always cross-reference everything though in my calculators to make sure it all looks good. But in this case, I'll just go do monthlies, right, and just let it ride and see what happens. And I'm around that 10 delta, which is where I would want to be at anyway, right? Now, of course, you can keep going further up, but you're going to collect less premium. And that's where it makes sense in your situation. If your cost basis is that good, right, you may want to even look at like 405s, where you're purely looking at this as a pure based income play, where it's like, hey, I really don't want to sell my shares, but if it comes down to it and it hits 400, I will gladly sell my shares. Guys, if you want all of my calculators, click the first link in the description of today's video. You're going to get 90 minutes of our Ark Options Strategy workshop, teach you the whole strategy, how this works, how you can implement it for yourself. At the end, I give you my trade lock templates, my 2 premium calculators completely for free. As always, guys, remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.